Welcome to the Orange Cactus Coffee Podcast with Mike Kincaid and Jake Goebel. Join them as they experience specialty coffee and document their journey. These friends explore roasts and roasting methods, brewing equipment and techniques, and review the cafes they visit along the way.
Thanks, Rioni, and thank you for joining us for episode 117 of the Orange Cactus Coffee Podcast, where Mike and I answer your questions about packaging. We talk about Mike's conversation with Mike from Abana Coffee, and we take a quick peek at Peak Water Filtration System. Let's go ahead and jump right in. All right. Welcome to the Orange Cactus Coffee Podcast. I am Jake Goebel. With me, as always, is the Mike Kincaid, and this is episode 117. 117. 117. Don't you get up in my face. Did you make anything for 117? I thought you made a bunch of notes and they're not showing up for me. There it is. 117. All right, perfect. What does it say I'm supposed to do?
Hi.
Hello.
Welcome.
Intro. Perfect. Welcome. As always,
And
you
cue
can
music.
As always, you can check out our podcast. We also have a YouTube channel. We have a Facebook page. We have an Instagram account. We're on Twitter. You can reach me at jacob@orangecactuscoffee.com and Mike at orangecactuscoffee.com if you'd like to reach out to us. So if this is your first time joining us, welcome.
Welcome.
We're very thankful and happy to have you. It is hard to believe that we have actually made it to 117 episodes because what are you boys doing? What in the blazes are you boys doing?
That's a good question.
However, some of you have been with us the entire time and you know exactly what we're doing. And we are here to make sure you have an excellent cup of coffee. That's what it is. We want to delight and inspire you. And the means through which we aim to do that is coffee.
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 Specialty.
Specialty.
Coffee.
Special coffee.
Special coffee.
Yeah.
For special people.
Perfect. I love that. That should be our new tagline. Special coffee for special people.
There you go.
You're special.
Love it.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
Mom was right. Mom was right. You are special.
All the time.
You are unique. You are special. There's no one like you, and we're better off with you here. Thank you.
Okay. Now I'm going to lob you something. You ready?
Ready.
Here we go. So we get questions all the time.
Yes, we do.
And we do our best
to answer them.
Man, we've been doing this too long. And around you, we finish each other's
Sandwiches.
Oh, this is just
that's
going
what I was
deeper.
going to say.
All right, buddy. That's enough. Where are we at? All right.
Our mental synchronization can happen.
In summer.
All right, moving right along.
So we had a comment in response to an article you wrote about packaging.
Yes.
You're big on packaging. We're big on packaging. But specifically, Jake is a packaging fanatic about delivering the wow Christmas in the mail, the whole experience that you get from the moment you first see your box in your mailbox, at your door, at your post office,
however
wherever.
You get it. I want you to be like, wow.
So
that's what I want.
Sometimes we have people that are on this journey with us, trying to do the same thing, also trying to deliver coffee in the mail to their customers, and they have questions about how we go about.
They're like, I want to roast coffee as well.
Sure,
I want to make it my side hustle, or I'd like
full-time.
to turn it into a full-time
legit gig.
This is what I would like to do. I would like to roast coffee, and that's it. I'd like to work 2-3 days a week roasting coffee and shipping it out.
Yeah.
And there's nothing wrong with that.
Ain't nothing wrong with that.
Ain't nothing wrong with that.
Sounds good, actually.
In fact, one of our close homies, Rich, I mean, that's what he said he wanted to do. He's like, I want to roast like 1 day a week, maybe go do a little training, and that's it. Have the rest of my time to myself and just kind of chill. And coffee allows me to do that. Yeah, go fishing. And I'm like, you do you. That's awesome. That is not my motivation for getting into coffee.
No.
So
there's kind of a what's your goal, right?
Yeah.
What are you trying to do?
Yeah.
So let me throw you this question because I think this will all tie together.
Yeah.
And then you can give us the answer within the context of what's your goal.
Yes.
So this reader, follower, friend,
listener, friend.
I didn't ask if I could
friend.
ask this on the show, so I won't say who it is.
Yeah, but you're gonna know. You're gonna be like,
you
those
know.
jerks. Those jerks, they took my comment and threw it out there in front of everybody. Made me sound like an idiot.
No, it's a good question.
Oh, never mind.
It's a great question.
All right,
and
go ahead.
It's not a one-off question. We get this many times. So I thought, let's address it on the show.
All right, let's do it.
So after reading your Facebook post about packaging, they're still struggling a little bit to find what works. They agree with us that they want their customers to have an experience. And that starts with when they order to when they receive. And it's not just about high-quality coffee, but also about the packaging.
Okay, agreed.
They want to know what has worked for us.
Nothing.
They struggle
because we're still broke.
They struggle with, the thought about overcharging people when at, the bottom line, the most important thing is always the coffee. What are your thoughts?
Oh, well, I've got a lot of thoughts there. I've got a ton of thoughts. One is, I guess, the customer experience, right? So if you're saying, hey, I want to deliver an exceptional customer experience, and you cannot do that in person, you have to find another way.
How do you communicate?
How do you communicate that in something, a mail order? You know what I mean? The Sears, right back in the day, the Sears Roebuck, they would send out the catalog.
Ooh.
You would flip through the catalog.
With the models.
And then you would either call a number and there would be a human on the other side that would say,
no joke, right?
Hey, you've reached the Sears Wish Book. How can I help you? You know what I mean? And
did they call it the Wish Book?
The Christmas one was the Sears Wish Book.
Nice.
It started off with, this is crazy. I got this catalog in the mail. I can see a picture of what this item is, and I can either fill out and send a check, or I can call using the telephone. And I'm not trying to be a stinker. Using the telephone to call them, and they will mail it to me.
Yeah.
I don't have to go into the store. I don't have to go into the big city.
It's a big change.
I got this delivered to my house. That's incredible.
I didn't have to leave. I didn't have to go anywhere.
I didn't have to go anywhere.
Yep.
Now, we don't read our mail. We throw mail away.
Yeah.
We expect it like yesterday. Like, when is Amazon doing the drones out here?
Right.
So
same day delivery.
And that's kind of the competitive environment we find ourselves in. The smile on the box. I'm telling you, Amazon is branding Amazon.
And as you say that, I'm reminded of a quote you read earlier by Jeff. That it's something to the effect that Amazon isn't, what did he say? Putting something out of business. It's technology.
They're putting booksellers out of business.
That's what it was. Yeah.
The future.
That's exactly what it is. Yeah. It wasn't like Sears, was doing something to put other small shops out of business. No. It was the technology. They were just using it.
They were doing it better.
Yeah.
So here's the deal. They have differentiated themselves. Amazon. They have set themselves up as a marketplace leader, right? Mm-hmm. Your problem as a small roaster is nobody knows who you are and nobody cares. It is not the price tag. Mm-hmm. It is not the amount of money that you want to charge. Think of it this way.
Within reason.
If you had $1,000 cell phone.
Okay, I'm with you.
And you put it out there to sell. Who would stand in line for 3 days to buy it?
We'll call it Orange Gold Tooth.
Is there such a thing? Do people do that? Do people stand in line outside stores for 3 days to give you $1,000 for a phone? Does that happen? Yes, right? Can't we agree that that's yes?
Oh, yeah.
But there are other phones where I can walk in right now and I can get a phone for free. For free.
Without stealing it.
Without stealing it. I can walk into Verizon, Sprint, T-Mobile, whatever, and I can get a phone for free. When the new Samsung, iPhone, whatever it is comes out, people wait in line for 3 days. It is not about the money. It is not about the amount of money that you charge. It is this. You are nobody. We're nobodies. Mm-hmm. Mike and I are nobodies. We've started this journey into specialty coffee as nobodies. We've been going at it for about 18 months, maybe 2 years, closing in on 2 years in June.
Wow.
We're still nobodies. We're still nobodies.
We're still in the nobody.
It is not the fact that our website is clunky. It is not the fact that we charge $15 for 12 ounces of coffee, or $19 or $20 or whatever it is, depending on the coffee, the region that it comes from. That is not the reason why we are not successful at the moment. And your definition of success is probably different than ours. That ties back to what you want to do, right? What are your goals? Why are you into coffee? Why are you roasting? But here's the deal. We're successful. I think we're successful. I'm successful because I enjoy this process. I'm not a millionaire from coffee. And to be honest with you, I don't want to be a millionaire from coffee right now. I want to earn
just 100,000
and just 100,000.
That's it.
Yeah. Why can't I be that? You know what I mean? So I feel like I'm successful because I'm doing what I love.
Yeah.
And I love what I'm doing. So back to boxing. How are you going to get people's attention and differentiate yourself from the rest of the marketplace? I believe small companies, small brands need to do something more. And I know it is a tough hurdle to get over when you say, well, I'm going to pass that expense on to my customer. Or I'm going to, I'm going to spend $3 or I'm going to eat that and not profit as much as I could. Yes, you're right. Yeah. But let's follow it to its natural conclusion, that train of thought. Okay, so if Orange Cactus Coffee is selling their coffee for $15 plus $6 shipping, $21 total, and it costs them, I don't know, how much money do we make per coffee on average? I don't know, per sale.
But yeah, if you want to factor in all of the things, the box, the goodies, the stickers,
the third wave water, stickers, the cards, all those things.
Yeah, so on a 15 offering,
it can be, give me a rough number.
Probably make $6.
Maybe about $6.
We'll round it to $6.
$6 a profit. And that's probably about what we make on a hat and on a shirt as well.
I think that's
about $5-6. Now, the way manufacturers look at this and the way sellers look at these things, they typically talk about percentages. Like I've talked about before, when you get into t-shirts, if you can make a t-shirt for $5, you'll sell it wholesale for $10, retail for $20. You know what I mean? So that's kind of the way the numbers work. But if it costs you $12 to make a shirt and now you're selling it for $20, you're making a lower percentage of profit.
Yeah.
Even though you're making profit, is that profit enough to keep you in business? We're still in business because we keep putting money into it. It's an expensive hobby at the moment. And if you keep going down this route in the first 5 years, that's what the IRS makes you become. They say, you are an expensive hobby. You are not a business. They kick your number.
Professional hobbyist.
And they say, you're a hobbyist. This is just a hobby. It's not a business.
They
will make the difference they will make you, right? They will make that decision for you. But see, it's all tied together in why you do what you do and how you do it. So if you keep following that down, they can get cheaper coffee that's halfway decent at Walmart. Now you have to compete with the Pete's that are within 3 months of freshness. And you're trying to compete on price and tell people that you're different, you're special, buy coffee from me. To an audience that is largely ignorant and ambivalent. Is that the right word? They don't care.
Ambivalent?
They don't care about you. They care about them. Apathetic. Ignorant. They don't know who you are.
They don't give it any thought.
And they don't give you any thought.
Yeah.
So how do you change that? How do you get people thinking about you, talking about you?
Yeah.
That's the question I think you have to answer. And the way we've answered it is this. It is my pleasure to serve you. We want to serve you. We make it about you. That means I am going to do everything to deliver something awesome in the mail to you. I want you to trust me. I want you to say, those guys give me more. They give me more. You price high, then justify. Okay, $15 is too much coffee. To whom? To whom? There's people out there who feel what we're doing and buy our coffee. And to them, I say, thank you. It's an honor. It is a pleasure to serve you.
Yeah.
And the way we continue to serve you is by making money. We do profit from each sale. Now, by and large, like as a whole, we're not making profit like year to year at the moment, but we are profiting more this year than we did last year. And hopefully more the next year than the next year, and the next year than the previous year, and the next year than the previous year. So back to boxing. How does that all play in? Well, I believe to the very core of my being that since I cannot shake your hand when you walk into my shop and welcome you to the Orange Cactus Coffee Shop yet, if I'm doing it online, I have to in some way show you that I care and find a way to delight you. And the way I do that is through packaging, because I think that when you get a box from us, there's no way that you can say, well, Mike and Jake are just going through the motions.
Yeah.
They don't care. There's no way you can come away from that. What you come away with is, I trust these guys. In fact, if I was going to send a gift to somebody, I'm going to use that because I can know they're going to deliver the wow.
Yeah.
I want to delight you. That is my goal. I do not care what it costs. That's my problem. You know what I mean? I don't care what it costs to delight you. I want the custom boxes. Yes, they cost a couple of bucks. The more you buy, the less you spend per box, but the more money you spend up front. But using a company like Packlane allows you to buy 10 boxes. Yeah, it costs you $60, but I'm sorry, you've got to put some money into it. Unless it's a hobby. If it's a hobby, God bless you, it's a hobby. But if it's a business, you want to get people's attention. You want to set yourself apart. When my box shows up in the mail, you know it's from me. You don't think Amazon. When something shows up from Amazon, you think Amazon. You don't think Sambu Cole boxing gloves.
No, they put their branding on every product they ship.
Their branding on it. The smile shows up.
Well, and I think to that same line of thought, if you're walking in, a grocery store and you are in the coffee aisle, there's tons of them, and they say, "Hey, we're going to give you prime shelf space." What would you do to stand out? And that comes into bag design, which is kind of the same line of thought. You have to do something that communicates who you are and why you're better, or why they should pick your coffee over someone else's. Yeah. It's just hard, and it is about attention. We're not competing with the other roasters. We're competing for our customers' attention. Hey,
absolutely.
Look at us, consider us, and it doesn't mean that we're saying we're better than what's out there. In fact, there's many roasters that are better.
Exactly.
We're not the best. Do we think we're good? Yeah, we take confidence in the product we deliver. We think it's going to be an amazing coffee that you're going to enjoy. We just want you to give us a try, give us your attention. So I think,
But we don't feel like we're in competition with Blue Bottle and Swell and Mustache.
I'm glad for what they've done in the space.
Absolutely.
They're setting the stage for all of us to come along and say, yeah, let's do it on a little bit different level.
But do I say this? Do I think when our coffee shows up, do I think it's the best in the business right now? The box, the stickers, the cards, the third wave water, the presentation of the product.
Whoopsie.
I would say this. I think so. I don't think anybody does it is committed to it as we are.
Yeah, it could be.
But I love that. I'm passionate about that.
Exactly.
But then again, I love your coffee as well. So do I think that Mike's coffee is better than some roasters? Yeah. But I'm not sitting here trying to find a way to tear them down. You know what I mean? Like the Swell coffee thing. They got a smoking hot sampler deal. You got to go get it.
Yeah.
If you haven't got it, if you haven't tried it, if you haven't gotten the mug, if you haven't spent $10 to get what they get, do it. I'd rather you do that than give me $10 for my coffee. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But you are going to be delighted, and Swell delighted us.
Yeah, it was
with their product presentation.
Yeah,
they're doing it. They're
quite
killing
a few
it.
of you checked it out.
They're killing it.
Good deal.
Good for you.
So that's really what it comes down to, right? If I hear what you're saying, it's decide what your goal is. What are you trying to be in the coffee space? Are you trying to be just kind of another competitor, someone that looks similar to others? There's a lot of specialty direct mailer. Maybe you have a local market that doesn't have any local roasters, and you can take advantage of that by offering just a simple bag, and because there's no competition in that market, and maybe that's okay. But is that what you want?
Right?
Is that all you're going for, or are you trying to be direct to consumer?
It's not about the bags or the boxes. It's not about the fact that these boxes cost $2 or $2.75. It's not that. Right? My man, it's not about the cost of the boxes. It's about the business philosophy behind it.
Mm-hmm.
If you can make $4 profit or $6 profit or $8 profit, right? If you could make $4 profit and build a brand, or make $8 profit and hustle some coffee, which do you think has a more long-lasting impact on you and what you want to do?
Yeah, that's true.
I would argue, I mean, unless you have an espresso stand and you're just selling coffee on the side as well, I mean, there's a room for that. But we're talking about mail order coffee. You don't need any more answers. You need to go out and try it. You need to go out and do it. You need to go out and go. I've in that article, I give you the resources and the clicks and the links. Go to Pack Lane. Mess around with your boxes.
What people struggle with, Jake, if I'm moment of maybe honesty, is they look at all that and they realize, wow, this is expensive. This lowers the profit margin that I'm shooting for.
Yes.
How do you guys do it? There must be something you're not maybe saying.
Oh,
maybe there's something that is, you know what I mean? Because like when they add it all up, they're saying, wow, you're only making $5, $6.
Yeah,
that's not going to work for me. How do you do it?
We are intentionally accepting less profit per sale to build a brand that we hope to be around long term.
Yeah.
We are trying to deliver an experience in every aspect, in every touch point, from the website to the podcast to the YouTube channel to buying coffee from us. You know what I mean? And why we've been so transparent? Well, we're giving you all the stuff behind the scenes of the business anyways. But the reason, for me, in a moment of utter transparency, the reason why I'm so communicative about the Printful relationship and the white label, because I know that it's showing up different.
Yeah.
I know, and I want you to know what we're doing and why we're doing it, and that I know it's not up to my standard at the moment. Mm-hmm. But I'm answering your call. Folks have been like, I want to buy a t-shirt. Okay, I'll do it. But here's the thing. I'm using these other people and they don't deliver it as awesome as I would want to.
Yeah. Note.
And you have said, that's fine, Jake. Just give me my t-shirt. And so that's why I do it, because you wanted it.
I want to wear the shirt.
Because you wanted it. And I've had enough of you ask me over the last year and a half to get some shirts and hats out that it's broken me. It has broken the fact that I want to deliver Christmas in the mail in every item. And I've said, okay, fine. You got it.
Yeah.
I will not, I will swallow my own pride about the Christmas in the mail, and I will let you just get a shirt.
Get a shirt out. Sure.
Which is deliver the experience or hustle and coffee. But for the coffee, we are building a brand that we hope is around for a long, long time. And that means you need people's attention. Yeah. And I think you have to do things or create things that are worthy of attention. And if you're just throwing coffee in a USPS envelope and mailing it out, I think you're gonna be at a disadvantage.
It's forgettable. And you know, that's the challenge. And we're not saying, you know, and
it's not the only way.
Well, and I want to make sure that we're not.
Am I coming across as a jerk?
No.
Jerk mode?
We always got to keep ourselves in balance. We don't have all the answers. We're not seasoned veterans in this.
True.
We're just telling you what we do. And,
that's it.
And we have gotten some attention from it. And it's been good. And so we've seen that it's worked. And so we've doubled down on it. And so to you, anyone that's saying, I don't know if I should do this, I would say just start somewhere. Just start with the boxes. Keep it simple. Or maybe you don't have like a sleek card, or you don't include stickers. Pick something, right? Up your game.
Or pick plain boxes that fit your coffee perfect and get a stamp.
Yeah, just start somewhere. Get a
stamp. Get Stays-On ink. Get custom rubber stamp. Just stamp it. Do something.
Now, see, you know, shout out to Peixoto. They do something along those same lines. Yeah. And I would say they're up there trying to deliver the wow. They throw in some extra goodies, handwritten card, but their boxes are white with a stamp. But it's still cool when it shows up. It's still better than the mailer or the plain brown.
I think so. And they also have the added benefit of an in-person cafe.
Yeah.
So they can get the awards. The best coffee in Arizona, best coffee in Phoenix, best this, best that, best the other thing. So that's not the only thing that they're doing. They have other means of setting themselves apart as a brand, as a coffee brand.
And other lines of revenue even.
And other lines of revenue.
They're diversified a little bit.
So if you're only selling coffee online or in the mail, you have to think, how can I set myself apart? If you are selling coffee at pop-ups, or you're setting up like a pop-up at like on the weekends on Saturday or whatever, you have to think, how can I set myself apart? Johnny Cup. I don't want to keep going back to Johnny Cupcakes.
I've never heard of this Johnny.
But Johnny Cupcakes turns his pop-ups into a brand immersive an immersive brand experience.
Little bakery.
You are getting more than just a dude with a table. And let me tell you from personal failure, the dude with the table hustling shirts does not work to build a brand. It works to hustle shirts. Can I go off on a tangent real quick about this?
Oh, another one?
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay.
Permission.
So we were down in San Antonio.
2 minutes.
And I'm rocking the Not Many Noble brand.
Which was your t-shirt company.
Which was my t-shirt company. Okay. And I'm still going to launch it, notmanynoble.com. If you go there right now, it's not up, but whatever. I'm going to get back to it eventually. So I bought a gazillion shirts. Slick brand. I bought bags, paper bags that I stamped, each one of them. I had little cards, little free music downloads, stickers. You got the whole nine when you came to me and bought a shirt. You get the shirt. It was plastic wrapped. It had hang tags. It was stamped inside out. Mikey's wearing one right now. Mikey's wearing one right now. Little hem tags, little printed tags in the back. American Apparel 2001 t-shirt blanks. They're nice shirts. I did everything I could to build a brand and make an experience.
Yeah.
I sat at the table and I sold like 6 shirts. Across the way from me was a couple who were hip to the game. They're not building a brand. In fact, it was nondescript. I couldn't even tell you what the company was.
Yeah.
But they had a machine and they had a bunch of different shirts, whole huge variety.
Just different colors.
Of different
styles.
Sayings.
Oh, okay.
It was like white t-shirts, maybe a black one, maybe a blue one, but little cheesy sayings.
Yeah.
That you could come up and get. I wanted $20 for a shirt. They wanted 10, 8, 3 for 20. And you would pick the little design you wanted. They would steam it on there for you on just a regular t-shirt blank. There was an iron on. Mm-hmm. They would put the little iron on there, and it would be something super cheesy.
Yeah.
Nothing for a brand, nothing building a brand, ridiculous stuff that I wouldn't wear.
Yeah.
They made a killing.
Yeah.
They hustled shirts. Absolutely. And I looked over at him. He looked me in the eye, and we had a full conversation. He's like, you don't know what you're doing. You don't know what you're doing here. Because what I wanted, my goal was inconsistent with my actions. I wanted to deliver a brand experience. What I set up was a table with stuff on it.
Yeah.
He was there to sell shirts.
Yeah.
So he had a table with stuff on it.
And it was set up.
With shirts, and he sold shirts.
If you wanted to compete with that, you needed to come in with cheaper shirts, a better machine, flashier signs.
That's it.
You know, maybe some models walking around with them.
If you wanted to create a brand experience, you needed to have like a whole little booth that people come in and experience your brand. To understand
what you're about, why you're not cheaper, what value you bring.
What value?
How come I can't get 3 for 20? Why are you only 1 for 20?
Exactly.
Yeah.
You see, that was about me.
And that's hard to communicate sometimes.
I wanted to create a brand.
Yeah.
In Orange Cactus Coffee, we've learned from that, and we've said, how can we serve you?
Yeah.
And it's changed a little bit because we started recording just documenting our experience and our journey into specialty coffee. As we started gaining people's attention, we kind of shifted a little bit to saying, well, how can I serve you? How can I make your day better? How can I delight you? But we're not the only ones out there doing that. There are other people that are out there looking to deliver the wow and serve other people.
They sure are. And I wanted to throw a couple of resources out there for you guys. If you're like us, constantly looking at your branding or considering it, your bags, your boxes. And I've mentioned them before, but it's been a great series. The roasting series.
The coffee podcast.
The coffee podcast.
Get it in, coffee podcast. Get it in. Take your bow.
2 episodes that you should definitely check out. Episode 119 and 120. It's on what goes on the bag, part 1 and part 2. And in the first episode 119, he has Todd Percy, P-U-R-S-E. He's the artist for Brandywine. And he talks about their bags, their branding. He is great. So check that out. And then in part 2, in episode 120, he has the guest or the Department of Brewology. And let me see, I apologize. I don't have the gentleman's name on the notes here. But he talks about branding. And he talks about bags, and he talks about how to stand out. And some of the things that you need to take into, account. When you're designing your bag. And he puts it out there in a good way. I don't know, some good thoughts that I wasn't sure that I completely agree with, but I think it's well worth listening, and you just want to chew on the information and figure out, okay, what do I do with it now? So check those 2 episodes out.
Yeah, like everything, you take what you want and leave the rest, and you can always come back to it later. But
it's a good resource. So yeah, I think that was
talking about bags though.
Yeah, what are you saying?
We acknowledge that we think our bags are the weakest link of our product experience, our brand experience, what we deliver Christmas in the mail. Mm-hmm. And we've been working on that.
And I think what has been missing in our journey where we've tried to do things affordably, because we're using our own money, Packlane has afforded us to, like you said, order 10 boxes.
You order 10
custom
boxes.
Printed.
Guess what? I ordered the wrong size box. We bought 10 6x4.
When we first started?
Yeah.
We ordered those before we had the bags.
We ordered those.
Yeah.
And then we ordered a bunch of different bags.
Yeah.
I measured Blue Bottle's box, and I ordered that size box.
We thought, well, we like this shape and size. Feels good in the hand.
It's a rectangle. It's nice. It showed up. It doesn't fit any of the bags that we could use.
No.
You have to custom order like different bags and things.
The point is though, they allowed you to order small runs custom.
Yes.
Bags are a different story.
Bags, you get samples, and then from there you order in bulk.
To do a custom, you have to commit to a hot stamp, which is kind of like the first level of custom. And you're looking at about $250 for a reusable stamp. They use it till it dies, and then you got to buy another one. Mm-hmm. And then even then, there's a minimum order of bags that you have to do. And then from there, you can go up to full-on screen printing and everything else. It's just you need more upfront to go that route. And we weren't sure on the design. We didn't know what we wanted to do.
So we bought blank bags and put stickers on
them. And we went with the route that we could afford that also kind of customized it. So that was the nice thing about the boxes or the cards that we get from Moo. You don't have to drop a ton of money, $60, $70, and you get a nice little run. And then you could tweak it, which we've done almost every time with those items.
We try to iterate and do it
Improve
better.
Upon it.
Do the same thing, only better.
So... bags, though, right? We are looking at it. We're trying. What?
This reminds me of Hoodwink, the movie.
Hoodwink?
Where Hoodwinked. It's a cartoon.
Oh,
it's a cartoon where
there's
a guy and he's He's an actor in there, and he auditioned and he got the role. And he's like, callback. What is a callback? And the director is on the phone. He says, it means you come back tomorrow and you do the same thing you did today, only you do it good.
Yeah.
And so I'm like, with cards and bags and boxes, we're going to do the same thing we did last time, only this time we're going to do it good.
Do it gooder. We got a call back. Perfect.
We got a call back.
Exactly. So we're looking at that. We're looking at what kind of, now that we know a little bit more about kind of the brand that we want, how can we make the bags fit that even better?
Yeah.
So
that's it.
That's all we've got. So hopefully there was some value in that. Well, thanks for the question.
We've got a little bit more.
Well,
but
on
that's
that question. On that topic.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Okay.
Yeah, that's right. Thanks for finishing my sandwich.
Yeah, no problem.
Where we want to go. We got a few things, but we've been talking a while. I really want to talk maybe about this at least.
Oh, I'm sorry. Last little thing.
Yeah.
I don't want to overcharge people when the most important thing will always be the coffee. There's a lot of people to whom the most important thing is the coffee.
Mm-hmm.
And they're delivering a great brand experience in addition to the great coffee.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It's not enough to just have a great product. Sorry, that's all.
No, it's a good point.
You have to have a great product. And
does your presentation of your product say this is a great product?
Does your copywriting say this is a great product?
People judge based on packaging.
I know they do. They tell you don't judge a book by its cover.
No, you have to.
But that's absolutely what people do.
Yeah, and the binding. And
you've got about 6 seconds.
The back of it, read the about.
I think if you look at like booksellers and if you read kind of some of the marketing material and sales information, they would say you have at most 6 seconds to draw a reader in, to interest them. And guess what you use to interest them?
Trigger words. Color.
The book cover. The book cover.
Color.
So anyhow, you have to do more.
The best book in the world.
But then again, if you just want to sell a little bit of coffee on the side, maybe you don't.
Exactly.
But if you do, if you want to turn this, if you want to be a business, don't go halfway. This is my last thing I'm going to say.
Okay.
This is what I'm going to say. Don't go halfway. We do this because it's safe, right? Don't we do that because it's safe, Mike?
You don't have to commit too much. You don't have to spend too much.
I'm not going to commit. I'm going to focus on just great coffee. I'm not going to put a whole lot of money in there. I'm not going to do this, that, and the other thing. We do that. Let's be honest with each other. We do that because we're afraid to fail. Guess what? I'm afraid to fail as well. That didn't seem entirely fair. Mike just finished off this cold brew. He hooked himself up with a large amount, and then he gave me like a little dribble.
Halfway through the last
little
pour,
drop.
I'm like, I should probably share this. And so I stopped, and it wasn't. I should have just taken
left,
it all.
And there's nothing left.
Well, and you had some.
Now give me a little bloop. That's all he gave me.
You ain't drinking. You're doing too much talking.
All I'm saying is this: don't be afraid to fail. Go in. Go all in. Focus on the process, not the results. And come on. There's room in specialty coffee for you.
There is.
And what you are doing
is good people doing good things.
What you are doing, we need.
Yeah. Reverse engineer it.
We need.
Start where you want to be and then say, how do I get there? And that might help. So good.
Okay.
Thanks.
That's all I wanted to say.
That's all he wants to say this time.
This time.
Right,
black
cool.
and yellow, black and
yellow.
yellow.
So a couple things. I wanted to talk about a recent experience. My first time meeting.
Oh, look at the time. Look at the time.
Until next time, boys and girls.
Yeah, go ahead, Mike.
I got a chance to meet
another Mike.
More Mikes. Which has never happened.
Yay,
I know.
More Mikes. There's Mikes everywhere. I'm so sick of
Mike Amrin. He is the co-founder and COO, of
Chief
Abana,
Operating Officer,
Abana Coffee. He is one of the owners of this farm in Ethiopia.
Wow.
And that is cool.
It is our first time speaking with the owner of a farm in Ethiopia. Well, actually, we spoke with Julia from Peixoto, and I guess her family owns a farm in Brazil.
So that's true.
So we've spoken with her, and we've spoken with Mike, who owns a farm in Ethiopia. And those are the only two farm owners that we've had the pleasure of speaking with.
Exactly. And it was nice. Mike reached out to us. Just wanted to let us know that he exists and that he's doing good things out in Ethiopia. And he's got a farm. He's got some really good coffee he's excited about.
And we were excited about what he's doing.
Exactly. So we had a good conversation. And hopefully there'll be more to come on that and the relationship. But what I mostly wanted to just highlight was kind of what they're doing down there is more than just coffee. And I think as we try to promote on this show, coffee is truly a catalyst for many different things. And at the end of the day, it's usually about the people, whether you're serving people through it or you're buying other people's coffee and you're helping contribute to their livelihood through the coffee chain and the revenue that they produce. But Mike and his family and the mission of what they do is to serve the people there in that local community. Yeah. And they do that through many, many different things. One of which he told me on the phone was they serve in some of the local like hospitals or health clinics. And they try to bring in supplies and stuff for medical needs. And not only when they make a trip to Origin, to check on the farm. And
Mike you can't see if you're watching the YouTube video, but for those listening on the podcast, Mike is shaking the card at the camera.
It's just so it's the Italian.
So it's the Italian in him.
But Jake's going to read the card in a moment. But they try to serve. They said they never go down there and not do something for the community.
So great.
And here's kind of what's mostly important about that, or equally important, that he said he learned that I didn't know about. He says the only way that a farm, a company like his can have long-term, or longevity and be sustainable and grow and have the support of the community is if they serve the community. And he gave me an example. He said whenever there's social unrest or
upheaval,
and there's, whether it's political or factions, whatever's going on, which there's many things. He said one time he flew out there half expecting that maybe the farm would be kind of destroyed or things would be damaged. But he found that nothing had happened to their farm. Nothing had happened to their mill, which they have on site. Everything was still intact. And he talked to one of his managers. And Mike, I apologize if I'm taking a little bit of liberty, but I think I got the gist of it. His manager said, no, you take care of the community takes care of you. And it was known that this farm, they're partners with the community. They take care and they try to help and serve. They're just not there making money off the backs of these people.
Right.
And in turn, the people protected them whenever there's issues. The farm wasn't even consideration. They weren't an enemy. Leave it alone. Don't touch it. And so I thought that was pretty cool and a good testament to what they're doing down there.
Yeah, absolutely. And I think maybe I'll just get straight into this.
There's a few good things on there about what they do.
Abana translates to our fathers in Arabic. We are paying homage to the deep roots, rich heritage, and the origins of wild Arabica coffee that traces to the heart of Ethiopia. As a socially responsible business, we believe that our work to produce the best specialty coffee is as fundamentally important as the positive impact we make in the community. The two go hand in hand. They're inseparable. You know what I mean? They're inseparable.
Yeah, truly.
At Abana, we demonstrate sustainable business practices by paying fair wages and respecting all partners. We implement coffee education and training on picking, sorting, and different processing methods to improve quality. We focus on the environment by utilizing water-efficient machinery and preserving the beautiful forest in which we work. And we carry out impactful social programs, including facilitating medical projects, investing in infrastructure, and more.
Yeah.
And they're just doing it.
Exactly.
They're just doing it.
They're on the ground doing it.
And it's like we read this. I think sometimes we get a little numb to focusing on the environment. That it's loaded, socially responsible. They're loaded terms.
Yeah.
In our politically charged climate and conversation. Yeah. Abana is about this. They are about growing great coffee. But serving people.
Yeah.
And building great lives. Like, it's not about, preserving the forest. The forest is nice. The forest is what helps us. The forest is what allows us to do what it is that we do. Right? They're just doing it.
Yeah.
I'm not communicating well, but.
No, you are. What you're saying to me, I hear you saying is it's not a slogan on their website. And here's, I think, how I can exemplify this. Mike, when he hit us up, he said, hey, I'm the owner. I've got this farm. I got some really good coffee. I think you'll enjoy it. I would love to talk. Kind of, if you're interested, let us know. He kind of led with the coffee. This is what we do. And then when you dig deeper and you ask him some questions and you press, he's like, well, this is what we kind of, our mission, behind the coffee is. And that told me that Mike's not out there using it as a sales pitch. His email, when he sent it out to us, was not, hey, look at what we're doing for all the people, for the environment. Come partner with us. And to do that, buy our coffee. It was, no, we think you're going to love our coffee. And then the mission was kind of so it's not a sales point, right? It's not that it's the forefront and what they're trying to get you to be a part of them or part of their company by selling kind of all this good charity. No. It's what they do. It's what they are about. But in order to fund that, they sell great coffee. Mm-hmm. And so that's what they try to promote. So it was just a great interaction. I had a good time. If you want to check it out, these are 2 samples that he sent. We're going to get them roasted up and taste them. Now, just a note, Mike.
Just real quick, let me describe because you showed it to the camera, but they're kind of silver bags with green stickers on them, and they're not freeze-dried. Why do I keep? Because it looks like the freeze-dried little fruit things that used to come in MREs.
We've never tried freeze-dried.
They are vacuum sealed.
Yeah, they're vacuum sealed.
So they look like the little freeze-dried fruit bars that used to come in the old MREs.
There you go.
If you had an old brown packet MRE, you know what I'm talking about. Okay. But they've got the location, the elevation, the variety, the processing, the harvest date. It's great. And then they've got the initials on it, and it says Abana Coffee. So sorry, I just wanted to share that with the people that
are listening. Good looking out. So we'll try that out. They sell full, I think it was 135-pound bags. And typically a crate is 10 bags. Yeah. So a little bit higher.
A little bit more than we typically buy.
Sure. He will probably do less, but that's a conversation you can have with him if you guys ever look into it.
We don't do 1,300 pounds of coffee at the moment.
No. But if we find something good and it's stored well in a cool place in Grain Pro, which all their stuff is Grain Pro, you can keep it for a long time. African coffees, according to Mr. Rayo, can keep up to a year, maybe even longer if stored properly. So check them out. Abana Coffee. Is it Abana.com, I believe, or is it Abana Coffee? Where'd it go?
I don't know. Oh, there it is.
There it is.
There you got it.
Yeah, it's AbanaCoffee.com.
Abana, A-B-A-N-A. A-B.
There you go. I'll leave you with this. Mike sent us a quote. I don't know if it was his or he didn't reference anybody, so maybe it is. But it's as follows. What we need in this world is compassion that stands in awe at the burdens the poor have to carry, rather than stands in judgment at the way they carry them. That's Abana. I
like it, and I'm honored to, even a small part, be a part of it. And hopefully a bigger partnership can...
Yeah, more will come.
We can develop a bigger partnership.
So it's really cool when you meet people actually doing it.
Really doing it. All right.
How we doing? We done? Killing it?
Yeah, say something pithy.
Well, I got one last thing. Check it out before. I don't know how much time is left. Peak water filter. I looked into it. Jim 7 commented about it. If this is kind of a new way of treating water, filtration, a water filtration system for coffee. It's on Kickstarter right now. Give it a, I don't know what I'm saying. Give it a check out. Check into it.
Give it a check out.
Check it a look.
Check it out. What's
but
it all
it's
about?
A series of chambers. Essentially, the guy that came up with this, you can dial it in based on your water hardness. It's
By the
adjustable.
time, let me see.
What do we got? How much time is left?
You will have 2 days. By the time this show comes out, it's going to be a Monday. You have until Wednesday.
Yeah, and it is fully funded already. And it's only like $30. So it's...
Did you buy one?
I did.
Oh, nice.
I backed it.
Yeah. I don't back things on Kickstarter no more.
Oh, dude, I love it. This guy, he's the one... He
Ooh,
wrote,
I love it. I love it.
I love it. I love the risk. Is it going to show up? I don't know.
I don't know either.
I'm looking at you, Perk. The gentleman...
Whatever happened to the Perk
Maxwell...
brewer? Never mind.
Kelowna Dashwood might have... he wrote... I think he wrote a book on brewing water. And kind of is one of the kind of known experts on good coffee water. So he's like, it's got to be a better way. How do we treat water throughout the world? He came up with this. Peak water. All right, that's it. I just want to get that out there because I knew it was coming to an end. Are we good?
I think we're good.
Man, we talked for a while on that.
Sure did. We talked for a while every time.
All right. Well, let's go get some more coffee, Jake. I think we're about out.
Always more coffee. Always. Thank you so much for listening. As always, you can find the show notes at orangecactuscoffee.com/episode 117. We'll catch you next time. Have a good one.